welcome back, survivors. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, where last episode we met with Agrippa, who is amazingly talkative for being like the game it is. I'm just standing here after I finally managed to figure out what was missing from like getting the levers to work for the two doors around here. Yeah, so okay, I gotta leave him be. He's just going to keep going on and on. So yeah, last episode we got down into, I guess, like, just before where Alexander's holed up. And we've got to make our way upstairs now to flick the couple of levers that are here. But I'm kind of thinking we might have, if we flick a lever, we might have a monster roaming about the area. It kind of feels like there's the chance that they'll be in some of the areas we're through. But all in all, I have to admit, I didn't... base Amnesia isn't actually... Or I guess I should say base Amnesia: Dark Descent isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Like, I do have to applaud the game that hasn't relied or used very many, if any, real jump scares. It is a little bit, though, that it's like... with having used... Okay, that I might just open up a little more in case I do have to duck in there once I pull a lever. Okay, that I'm guessing is going to be broken open by something once I pull one of the levers we need to. So I'm just going to see what happens. It might just be me being paranoid from how the game has like generally been, but we'll see. Okay, no, maybe we're fine. But yeah, the game has mostly been okay with scares. I do admit it's starting to really, like, feel kind of played out and knowing exactly how it goes once we got to, like, the sewer and we started doing stuff more around the morgue for the cistern. It's like, now it kind of feels like every time we get a little bit of, like, say, a story step done or a puzzle solved, we're going to have a monster spawned in to check what we were doing and coming up behind us that we'll have to hide from. Just kind of feels like it's a little played out already, just because, like, kind of how forced it feels compared to, like, how the rest of the game has played and handled. But we'll have to see what's going to go along through these areas, because, yeah, I'm only going to try opening up one of these at a time. I don't know if that's, like, what you have to do.
My pupil, Johann Weyer, said he found a way to take me with him beyond the stars. But I was too afraid to come along. Simply. And now, all I can do is regret it.
Yeah, that's something we're going to have to try finding for, Agrippa if we can. That? Okay. I heard water, and it looks like a well? Oh. Okay, hang on. I don't... Yeah, that don't exactly seem too good. So let me just check... What's this way? Like, one thing I thought we were going to run into again with having, like, found some of the water areas... The transept... was, like, the water monster would come back. It feels like... Amnesia, I know, has that as, like, infamous for the water monster being a thing. Even if you haven't played the games, you might have heard of that. But, like, it seems like it's been in such a small little bit for, like, how much it's been... talked about. But this is... very different. Oh.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
Okay. Oh, there's a lot of doors. There's also a staircase going upwards. I guess maybe we'll start with the staircase. Although I'm hoping there's nothing that actually is using the staircase, because, like, the game seems to have a little bit of problem with terrain geometry of, like, trying to ascend stairs. No. Oh, okay, well, this place is a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be from where we were. Yeah, there's Alexander. Oh. Okay. Was not expecting this. Ooh, we'll take the oil. That's helpful. String? Oh, we got a note. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where the strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it'll also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed, proceed by presenting the form of torture you're about to apply, and then continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. Human mind is extremely efficient and will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you're whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. And where this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. So that's what the amnesia drink was being used for. And then Daniel used it on himself to get ourselves into this chain of motion. Oh, we got one of these things. Is it you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become, I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. So that's got to be Alexander leaving whatever that thing is, or talking into it. I'm not sure it's supposed to be like a recording, or...
Shimmering blue light.
Okay, so that nothing really up here, although we did get a little bit of a note on the torture. So, 3 doors, and I think we need 6 pieces of the orb to proceed. So more than likely we'll get 1 per each of these areas we go through. Oh boy, and more than likely we'll need to be cautious of anything going around. Although, it is pretty straightforward and linear here, so maybe not. Okay, well, we got a diagram of how this area works. Okay, piece of the orb. Yeah, so I guess I don't want to stay in that area too long because of, again, all the screen effects. Like, it's hard even on me, so I can only imagine what it's like for the video, but... I'm wondering if this is, like, meant to be the showcase of, like, showing off all the stuff they would do down here.
The cradle is ready.
Good.
The cradle.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
I think that's actually flashback to one of those specific jail cells from, like, one of the previous weekends. Because there was one guy who said, like, he went into the fire himself. I didn't do this, or I didn't mean to, or talk like that. But maybe we won't actually have to worry about any of the, like, monsters in this area. Okay, I can already guess how this one works. Basically, your weight down, and you're slowly split apart by that. Well, we'll get that and get out of here. Yeah, there are some points to Amnesia: The Dark Descent I feel like actually work against itself. Like, going a little too heavy with the screen effects, that way it kind of makes it difficult to even know what you're looking at. I think works alright when it comes to, like, the monsters to obscure them, but when it's, like, in these little areas, or, like, these cells trying to show off what was being done, I kind of feel like it more takes away from everything, because then you have to mind, like, okay, I have to leave here, or I'm going to get that even worse, so you don't really take it all in, or can have the chance to. Then there was also my talk before about, like, how it was so insistent with, like, the audio that it uses and plays. Like, here... Okay, I think that actually kind of worked here, because that was leading into... Oh, Lord, that's kind of hardly torture and more just killing somebody very slowly. Okay, grab that. Grab that. And hopefully we can leave without worry. Okay, I'm wondering if that's... I don't think that's anything coming in here. I'm wondering if that's the shadow again. But we got at least 3 pieces of the orb this way. So we'll want to go up, switch the switches around, and then come back down to go to the other side where the other 3 pieces are. We also have to try to keep an eye out for what Agrippa's been mentioning of, like, something left behind by, his colleague. Although... See, I have no idea what this is supposed to be for or about. Like, it looks like it's meant to be for some kind of puzzle. What have I picked up? Okay, well, I'll use a bit more oil for the lamp. I've got meat and string. I've got a bucket of tar. I've got a glass jar. Am I supposed to, like... Cannot use item this way. Can I tie those together? No. Okay, but I was able to combine them like that. I use this way. The meat? Oh, I can. For what purpose, though? Oh! Picked up remains. Bone is covered in mucus. Why do I want a mucus-covered bone? Okay, odd, but I guess it was all needed for something.
You seem to have found all the wall pieces used in the transom. Go to the choir and find the rest.
Will do. We'll go hopefully switch things around, although I'm wondering if it will be the case, too, of one side it's safe to get everything, the other side... Oh, again. Yeah, terrain geometry feels like it can be weirdly restrictive. I do want to keep my ears open, just in case the game does throw its system of, like, spawning a monster once we get some step done. Maybe we'll hang around the light for a while and also take a look, see how I'm doing. Crystal clear and all is good. Yeah, I don't know what else I would be doing with some of these. Like, we've got, okay, lantern, I know, the laudanum's for our health if we need. We do have the hammer and chipper. And now we also have a bone for whatever purpose. Alright, is it this one? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so maybe we'll try pulling this one down. Oh, no, that's stuck. And then lift this one. I guess I could have just done them both at the same time. I thought it might have been the case of, like, you have to do one or the other, but I guess I just added a little extra time we didn't need.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Yeah, the friend feels kind of hollow at this point. Given it kind of sounds like Alexander has kind of led Daniel, well, I guess us also, since we are playing as Daniel, through a bit of everything for his own machinations. And then given also the state, like, Agrippa has been kept in, I don't think we want to be friends with Alexander.
Was there something else? You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
It's actually nice having a little bit of positive reinforcement through all the, I guess basically hellscape this kind of castle has been. I don't want to use too many of these, given I don't know how far I have to keep going. Oh, is this... Agrippa channels Ware. Ware taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion and a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is, and has been for centuries, my only link to the worlds beyond. Ware claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If you can guarantee success, I'd happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of, I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him and tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tempter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal glands from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. Just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember, collect this during the next torture session. Tempter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in this water-dwelling cairn. I'll have to address Ware with this, as he will have to supply me with a host, else properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Oh, is that what the bone is for? The mucus? Okay, so then that's one of the pieces we need for that concoction. The other two... The vitae, I am guessing we might actually get from ourselves. Oh, and another one of these. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in pace, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, some will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one in the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away. While I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Okay, interesting. So we've got ourselves a few things that we have as options, I believe. Okay, this is the choir entrance. Not sure what to expect from this area, because It sounds like there's something we're going to have to find remains of. Like a body or a carcass or what have you. Okay, oh. Tinder box. Okay, nothing in there. Tinder box. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's an orb piece in here. But the fact that there's like little rooms like this does make me wonder if we might have to be more cautious and like trying to hide. Oh, another note.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions.
No.
Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry.
What if I don't, though? What if I don't want to, however? Okay, I don't think it's going to give me any option. I think... God, with how the screen is, I think I just want to do it too.
Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
Yeah, I'm not... Okay, so we are, I think, stuck to go through the sequence, so we know how Daniel has kind of been up to.
Take the man, cut the lines. Take the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Oh. Okay, so, yeah, Dad...
Son, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Okay, so, yeah, Daniel definitely has had more of a hand in this, and... I think Alexander's saying, like, the evil is more apt, so... We're not exactly as innocent as might have been led to believe at the start of the game. So it really does seem like with the situation, Agrippa might be the only innocent one in the castle anymore. Okay, main hall. So we'll see about trying to keep going. I don't know if I'll get all the orb pieces this episode or not, but I also have to figure out... the other parts for the, concoction we have to make.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
Okay, now they're basically trying, or Alexander's trying to pass the blame game on to Daniel for everything that's gone on, even though he full well basically used Daniel. But I don't like how difficult it is to see in here. Not to mention all these pillars are making me think we're going to have to be doing some hiding and sneaking around too. Okay, well, I can't go that way, so I'll have to, I guess, go back following this and see. Well, Iron Maiden, so more than likely the orb we're after, or the piece, is somewhere around here. Take the tinderbox, though. Either that, or I do admit Amnesia's been good at subverting some expectations for a bit. Jeez. Just when I complimented earlier about, like, not really too many jump scares. Oh, what is... Oh! Okay, there's another orb piece. Anything else around here to find? So that's 4 of the oh, come on. I'm trying to go up the frickin'... I was talking about, again, terrain geometry feels weird at times. Prime example is right there. Oh, just a bone. Man, iron cage. And nothing in here to grab, is there? No. Okay. Nope. Some laudanum. Yeah, I'm probably being extra careful, but I mean, that's just my nature. Given how this how we've been going through for the game so far. And like this area in particular is kind of weird for lighting. We thankfully don't seem to need to rely on the lantern that much, though it does make it probably pretty bad in the capture. But I am heavily guessing there will be other things lurking around we need to be cautious of. Okay, that goes straight that way, and we can't go there. Yeah, I think just conserve oil. Well, we'll have to go through with, like, just kind of sneaking in. Minding our step. Although, one thing is, I haven't heard anything that actually... I would say directly lets us know. Okay, never mind. There are the servants here. I think the lighting is to... Oh, there you are. Hide and wait. I can't even see what I'm supposed to hide from, so how am I knowing if I'm hiding? I would have actually preferred this to be more like the other areas, rather than having like this weird crimson fog effect. It's like, I can't see very far ahead to even like know what direction I need to be hiding from something. But I think what we'll do is we'll end this episode of Amnesia: The Dark Descent here. Resume next episode. That monster might even be gone because of like how the other one was when I died, but again, it feels like for what they intend to have happen in these sequences at times is counterplayed by how they've designed it. Like the previous weekend where we got killed because I was supposed to be running from that monster, I didn't know it was coming from behind. I thought it was ahead of us in that door and we would have had to like backtrack and hide in the cistern again or something like that. Not, it's running up behind you, keep running forward. Because it didn't feel like it was a good transition from sneaking phase to you have to run now phase. This one, I thought the monster was like to the other direction, and because the siren that kind of goes off just seems to be like all around you, you don't hear the footsteps of like where it could be coming from. So again, it feels like it's kind of like counter-designed at certain points. But we'll see what happens next episode and try to get through this. For now, though, thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video or episode, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.